Hello everyone, welcome to Kamath's Academy. In auditing subject, you have a concept named internal check with regards to payment of wages. In this video, you are going to learn the same concept. Okay, this is Vignesh Kiran Kamath and let's begin with the session. As a part of introduction, let me give the meaning of internal check in simple way. Okay, so let's see with the meaning of internal check so that you can relate with the concept. Okay. Internal check means arrangement of duties of staff members in such a way that the work performed by one staff is checked by another staff. In simple way, if I have to say, the work performed by one person will be supervised and checked by another person. So this is the simple meaning of internal check. I hope you have understood the meaning. Now it will be easy for you to relate with the topic. Internal check with regards to payment of wages. Under this topic, you will be having four aspects. One is regarding general guidelines. Second is guidelines for maintaining wage records. Third one is guidelines for preparing wage sheets. And the fourth is guidelines for payment of wages. Okay, you have four main aspects or concepts under internal check with regards to payment of wages. The second aspect is guidelines for maintaining wage records. First, we'll see what is the meaning of wage records. Wage records refers to documented information about employees' earnings, including wages, salaries, deductions, and other compensation details. Okay, so here in simple, if I have to say, wage record means documented information regarding employees' wages, salaries, deductions, and other details. Okay, so that is wage records. So here there are various kinds of wage records. First, there are various kinds of wage records. We'll discuss one by one. First one is time records. Time records are those records, wait a second, okay. Time records are those records which consist information regarding time worked by the employee in an organization, or you can say total hours worked by the employee in an organization, okay. Those information will be mentioned in the time records, okay. This record will be useful for the organization in paying wages to the employees. Here, time wage means wages paid on the basis of hours worked by the employee is called as time wages. So this was about the first type of wage records. Now the second type of wage records is piecework records. Piecework records are those records which consist information regarding number of units produced by the employee is called as piecework records. This record will be useful for the organization in paying piece wages. Here, piece wages means wages paid to the employee based on the number of units produced. Okay, for each unit produced, the employer or the organization will fix some amount. Okay, and if the employee produces 100 units or 200 units, based on that units produced, he will be given the wage. Okay. So that is regarding piecework records. Now the third type of record is overtime records. Overtime means extra hours worked than the actual working time is called as overtime, right? He will be paid for that. This facility or this benefit will not be given to all employees. Only for some employees it will be given. Okay, so it will be mentioned in the contract. Okay, when he joins the organization, there will be a wage contract. Okay, and during that time, you can see that whether there is an overtime option given to him or not. Here, overtime compensation will be provided to those employees who has overtime permit. Okay. Fourth kind of record is biometric attendance. Biometric attendance means attendance marked with the help of fingerprint is called as biometric attendance. You have seen in each and every place also, right? So that was regarding. The third aspect is regarding guidelines for preparing wage sheets. First, we'll see what's the meaning of wage sheets. Okay, a wage sheet is a document that lists employees' wages for a specific period. So in simple, if I have to say, wage sheet is a document which consists information regarding the employees' wages, okay, for a specific period. So that is wage sheet. We'll see the first guideline. This department or office should get details or information regarding payment of wages from documents, that is attendance registers. Okay, here in this first guideline, this department or office, this word department and or office means Wage office, we have discussed in the first aspect, that is general guidelines, right? This separate department must be kept to deal with workers and wages. The wage office, you know, right? The same thing is being discussed here. Okay. This department or office should get details or information regarding payment of wages from documents. So here, in simple, if I have to say, this guideline says that this department or office, the wage office, should receive the information regarding the attendance, their wages as per agreed in the wage contract. Okay. So all these information should be received. Okay. So that is regarding the first guideline. The second guideline says, once the office gets information, the work will be divided among the 5 clerks as follows. Okay. We'll see what are the duties of 5 clerks. Okay. Clerk 1 and clerk 2. Verify time record, piecework record, so that there is no mistakes or differences when compared. So the duty of clerk 1 and clerk 2 is to see that the information received is error free. So they compare it with the records and see that the information received is accurate, so that it doesn't lead to any hindrance while preparing wage sheets. Okay. To ensure that there is a smooth preparation of wage sheet, the clerk 1 and clerk 2 does the verification. Okay. I hope you are clear with clerk 1 and clerk 2 duties. Now we'll see what is the duties of clerk 3. Clerk 3 prepares wage sheet for each employees. Wage sheets of each employees up to gross wage. Okay, their gross wage before deduction. The wages before deductions is gross wage. So clerk 3 duty is to compute gross wage. Okay. Clerk 4 duty computes the net wages after deductions from gross wages. Gross wages minus deductions will give you net wages. Okay. Remember this. Clerk 3 computes gross wages. Clerk 4 computes the net wages. Remember this. Okay. Now the clerk 5 checks all the work. Means clerk 5 verifies the work of all other clerks. Okay. So that is the duty of clerk 5. Now we'll see with another guideline. Once they do their duties, they must mention their name and sign for the proof of accountability. To ensure there is accountability, okay, the clerks should mention their name and signature as the proof, okay, that they have done the work for the purpose of accountability. Okay. So that is a guideline. The wage sheet must be handed over to the senior officer in charge for looking after wages and signed from him only after his verification. Means once the wage sheet is prepared, it should be handed over to the senior, or you can say the in charge of wage office. Okay, the wage sheet should be handed to him. He will see the wage sheet computation. He will verify again. Complete verification will be done by him. And if he is satisfied with the information presented in the wage sheet, only then he will be signing it. Okay. And get signed from him only after his verification. That was regarding this guideline. And the another guideline is, once verified, it will be sent to cash department for wage payment. Once the verification is done, once he puts his signature on the wage sheet that everything is correct, the wage sheet will be sent to the cash department for payment of wages. The fourth aspect is guidelines for payment of wages. So here are many guidelines, okay, which have to be followed during payment of wages. Okay, we'll discuss one by one. First guideline is exact withdrawals. The cashier should withdraw the exact amount needed for wages. Means how much wages are to be paid, that same amount which is mentioned in the wage sheet should be withdrawn from the bank account of the company. Okay, so that is first guideline, exact withdrawal. Second guideline is separation of duties. The person who pays wages should not be the one who prepared the wage sheets. Okay, in simple, if I have to say, the person who prepares wage sheet should be different and the person who pays wages should be different. Why both have to be different? Okay, why? Because if both the duties are under same person, then he can manipulate. Okay, to avoid such manipulations, we are going to segregate the duties among two. Okay, or we are separating the duties. Okay, so that is regarding the second guidelines. Third guideline is workers' presence. While payment of wages, the workers themselves should come and receive the wage. Okay. The fourth guideline is department head presence. Okay. This guideline says that the senior officer should be present while paying wages. Now you may have a question in your mind that why he should be present. He should be present because to see whether the right amount of salary or wages is given to the right person or not. Okay. So that is the fourth guideline. Now fifth guideline is worker's signature. Worker's signature means when the person or the worker receives the money, he has to put his signature in the list. Okay. So to mark that he has received the wage. Okay. So that is the fifth one. Now sixth guideline is absent worker payment. Special arrangement should be made to pay workers who are absent. So here I have written in a simple way itself so you can understand this. So yeah, please make correction. Okay. It should not be F, it should be G here. It should be H. Okay. The next guideline is non-payment of wage. The cashier and department head should list workers who didn't get paid. So a separate list should be maintained of those workers who didn't get their wages. Okay, so that is regarding this guideline. And the last guideline is surprise audit. So surprise audit should be conducted to see whether everything is going on correctly or not. So that was all about regarding internal check with regards to payment of wages. If you were able to understand this video very clearly, then please give a like to this video. Please subscribe, do comment how was my teaching, and please share it with your friends. Okay, if you have any doubt, you're free to put your doubts in the comment section. Thank you for watching.